Put in. Ladies and gentlemen, while Eriel takes her spot, let's pause at the end of this first segment, the segment of understanding. It was a segment from Martha to Miguel, the segment from the individual to the systemic. We hear the story of a young 10-year-old girl ripped away from her family and education, married to an older man, pregnant, dies in childbirth, a story that wrenches your heart with its injustice. And then Miguel ties these stories together within the entire arc of history so that you can see injustice is systemic. It's not one child, it's groups of children, it's not one business, it's international business organizations. Do you understand? We need to see both the individual, which wrenches our heart, and we need to understand the powers and principalities against which we fight. And what is Miguel's message? It's you. You bend, we bend the arc of history. Are you ready? But I want to take time to introduce this woman to you. She's humble, and I want you to know her story. If you'll allow me to tell your story. So slow down, rest in your seat, and listen about this woman. Eriel Deranger is a mother of two and a proud Denusoline indigenous woman and member of the Athabasca Chipewyan First Nation, Treaty 8, Northern Alberta. Deranger is currently the executive director and the co-founder of Indigenous Climate Action. Raise your hand if you know about the work of Indigenous Climate Action. You will today. You will in a few minutes. Canada's premier Indigenous-led climate justice organization. Prior to her work with this movement, Deranger spent 6 years working for her First Nation to build out one of the largest intersectional and powerful Keep It in the Ground campaigns on the planet. You know it, the International Indigenous Tar Sands Campaign. Now raise your hand if you know that. There we go. Challenging the expansion of Alberta's tar sands, one of the world's dirtiest fossil fuels, in their traditional lands and territory in northern Alberta, Canada. Please join in a call and response with the leader and you as the Parliament. Eriel.
Thank you. Iklanete, dene sotlaneta Eriel ekwe hushe. My name's Eriel. Thank you so much, Philip. So I want to invite you all to join me in a call and response. We'll be reading segments of the Parliament's Declaration of Global Ethic. So please read aloud the lines designated Parliament, and I'll read the ones designated Leader. We are interdependent. Each of us depends on the well-being of the whole.
So we have respect for the unity of living beings, for people, animals, and plants, and for the preservation of earth, the air, water, and soil.
We take individual responsibility for all that we do. All our decisions, actions, and failures to act have consequences.
Treat others as we wish others to treat us. We make a commitment to respect life and dignity, individuality and diversity, so that each person is treated humanely, without exception.
We must have patience and acceptance. We must be able to forgive, learning from the past, but never allowing ourselves to be enslaved by memories of hate.
Opening our hearts to one another, we must sink our narrow differences for the cause of our world community, practicing a culture of solidarity and courageousness.
And this last slide I'd like us to do together. We commit ourselves to this global ethic, to understanding one another, and to socially beneficial, peace-fostering, and nature-friendly ways of life. We invite all people, whether religious or not, to do the same.
And the people said, Amen.
Thank you. Masicho.